Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Grind Force Gaming. I am Falcon, and today I'm coming at you in Street Fighter Duel. We are going to be talking about Balrog today. So Balrog was just released. We're going to be going through his Trial Realm. I'll show you how to beat all of those and get all of the rewards for that. But first, let's just talk about this guy for a little bit. So Balrog was introduced back in Street Fighter 2. We here at GFG have been excited to get him introduced to the game because we knew he was probably coming. But now here we are almost a year after the game's release. We finally have Balrog, and he's 50% off. So this is good news. This is just like they did with Witch Jury for the 6-month anniversary mark. You can now go into Divination, and for only 2,500 gems instead of the usual 5,000, you can do a 10 pull just specifically for Balrog. Balrog is 50% off. Same thing with the tickets. If you have 10 tickets, that's actually 2 10 pulls for Balrog right now. I have actually had incredible luck. I was saving up my tickets and diamonds for a little bit, not for very long, but for a little bit. So I was able to do 11 10 pulls right out the gate. And out of those 11 10 pulls, statistically you would expect me to get 2 copies. If I'm unlucky, maybe just 1. Well, I was very lucky. So out of those 11 10 pulls, 8 of them had Balrog in it. So I already have him up to SS, which is insane in the second day. Especially since I'm free to play, obviously no money's going toward that. So that was really exciting. I get to use him pretty soon already. At first in the GFG Discord, we were a little bit concerned because Balrog is a tanky character. He's a beefy character with a lot of HP, and we just had Suit Abel and Rich E. Honda drop, so we were concerned that, this isn't the best time for another pseudo tank. But he's not just a tank. I'll show you as we're going through these trial guides. He is actually a really pretty powerful damage dealer on his own, as well as just a great survivalist. He's really hard to bring down because the more health you take away from him, the tougher he gets. So he's going to be a really tough enemy to take out, kind of like Honda or Zangief, these characters that are just beefy and have, like Honda has his Desperation, which just cuts the damage down by 50% when he gets down to low enough health. Balrog's kind of similar. Every 1% of HP he loses, he gains a little bit of damage reduction. And once you get his fighting spirit and his vehicles and all of that, it snowballs, and he starts getting crit and crit resist and attack bonuses. So basically, the closer Balrog is to death, the more effective of a fighter he's going to be. So it'll be kind of interesting to see where he slots in. Alright, so let's get into the trials. While we're going through these, if this video is helping you out, please do remember to give it a like and subscribe to Grind Force Gaming. For the first one here, Balrog is the tankiest option that we have out of these characters, so I'm going to go ahead and leave him up front. And then Fire Adon and Sea Viper get the next 2 slots. And then because I'm running a fire comp, obviously, I'm going to go ahead and throw Fei Long in there for his boost on the C1. So the combo sequence is going to be Sea Viper, Fei Long, Balrog, Fire Adon. And right out the gate here, you'll actually get a pretty good idea of how tanky and resistant Balrog actually is. Because he, right out the gate, he's at low health, almost right away. But he does not go down. He just stays there because his resistances have been buffed so high that he's just too hard to take out, even though he's already at like 10% health or whatever it was. So that's a good indicator of just how difficult this guy is going to be to take down. Alright, for this next one, I go back and forth with a few different choices, but I end up going with Balrog up front, Mad Ryu, Yang, and then Elena in the tag. So the combo sequence is going to be Balrog, Elena, Balrog, Mad Ryu. This one, I did beat it on my first try, but it was pretty close, so you may have to run a couple of cycles with this team comp to make it happen. As you can see, I'm really excited. Even his super is actually really cool because he almost takes out Witch Jury right away just with his super on his own. This comp is another great example to showcase Balrog's damage dealing ability because he's not just a tank. Look at that damage. Way higher than Mad Ryu. Most of my damage is coming from Balrog here. So that's the next one, clean and simple. So, for the next couple of them, I do run it in manual. That's how I usually play, especially if Beast Zangief is in the comp. That's just how I do it. So, I will try to walk through what I'm doing. This first one here, I don't think you need to be in manual. If you run the combo string, which is Balrog, Yang, Beast Zangief, Chun-Li, if you run that combo string, even in auto, you should be able to beat it. If you are in manual, like me, you'll want to try and time out your Beast Zangief Beast Spin to interrupt the super combo to shut down the enemy combo sequence entirely. The reason I think that you should have no trouble doing this on auto is because I actually miss most of the interrupts on this particular run, and I still got it. So I think you don't have to worry too much about this one not making it. Even if you're in auto, it should be no problem. That said, if you are in manual, it's going to be a lot easier if you time out Beast Zangief's spin to shut down their combo. That's true across any game mode. Alright, next up, we do have another fight that I run in manual. This is Beast Zangief's interrupt again, so I shut down the enemy combos completely. So I don't actually know for certain how difficult this will be if you are running it on auto. I would recommend doing it in manual, like me. Follow the moves that I'm doing. I'm doing Balrog, Elena, Beast Zangief, Chun-Li. And most importantly, I'm trying to get Beast Zangief's spin timed out just like that so that we can interrupt the enemy combos. And you'll see that I shut down all of the enemy combos. As long as you do that, you will win. So if you follow what I'm doing manually, that will be the easiest way to do this. But if you are an auto player, and you usually play on auto, you can try the same combo sequence, or you could put Balrog in the C2 instead of Beast Zangief just to pump up the damage a little bit. Should be no trouble. Alright, so down in the left corner, this time I am going to throw E Honda up front. We're back to auto, so you don't have to worry about any manual mode. This is E Honda, Balrog, Dhalsim, and Summer Yang. The combo string is going to be Balrog, Summer Yang, Balrog, Dhalsim. And this does go pretty smoothly. Dhalsim's obviously a huge damage dealer, but most importantly, pay attention to what's happening with E Honda and Balrog together up front like this. These two together are going to be really, really hard to kill because Honda has that desperation where his health gets low enough and all of a sudden damage is reduced by 50%. Balrog's the same way, but to the extreme. For every 1% of HP he loses, his damage reduction goes up. Later on, his attack goes up. His crit rate goes up. Everything is built around getting him down to low health, and then he just explodes in damage and kind of rides that low HP for as long as he can. So there's going to be kind of this interesting balance, because you want him to get hurt. You want him to be as close to death as possible at all times, basically. Finally, for the last one here, we are still in auto, so don't have to worry about manual. I do Balrog, Cammy, Guile, and Summer Yang. So the combo string is going to be Balrog, Summer Yang, Balrog, and finishing with Guile. This one, I think I do get it on my first run, so it should be pretty easy. If you don't get it, of course, on all of these, just run it through a few more times. If you're running the same comp, you will end up getting it. The only exception is that manual run, where you may need to mimic my moves precisely and play it in manual. This is another one. Even though Guile is our big hitter here, it's Balrog who's putting out all of the damage. Semi-tank, semi-damage dealer, really hard to kill. So I think he's going to make a really great addition. It'll be interesting to see where he fits in. I think that does it. That's all of the rewards from the Trial Realm for Balrog. Hopefully you guys have had similar luck to me and you've started pulling copies for him already. I know the half off is going to be going on for a little while yet, so if you do choose to take advantage of that, you can potentially rack up a bunch of copies. So thanks for checking out this video, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. If this helped you out, please do remember to give a like, subscribe to Grind Force Gaming, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.